मैंने यहाँ से स्टार्ट कर दिया।
मैंने भी। पहले
Okay then. Okay. Hello guys. Hello everyone. Hello Jack, Naveen, Tanishk. Good evening guys. Good evening everyone. Good evening guys. Good evening everyone. Good evening Hemant. Good evening Khushi. Good evening. Am I audible? Everyone? Hi. Good evening guys. Good evening. Am I audible? Can you please confirm that? Am I audible? Good evening Nanda. Good evening everyone. Can you please confirm? Am I audible everyone? Can you just confirm once? Because we had some technical glitch. So first of all, very sorry for that. That's why I just want to confirm. Am I audible or not? Hello everyone. Hello Siddharth. Hello Monica. Hello Bharat. Good evening guys. Good evening. Okay, that's great. That means I'm audible. That's great. Okay, first of all guys, really sorry for the delay. I think there was some technical issue with the streaming software. So it happens sometimes. So really sorry for that. And I have seen a lot of chat messages regarding the link is not working. So don't worry guys. There's some issue on the server that we have. So don't worry. That will be also solved in some time. And once it is solved, I will show you how to register yourself. Okay, so don't worry about that guys. Don't worry about that. Okay. Yeah, let's go and let's start directly without using any more time. But before that, I would just like to, tell you about few things so that you'll be able to register yourself in some time. So guys, there is a link going on in the chat that is basically the Notion site link where we have provided the notes of all the things that we're going to be doing in this course. Okay, so see, this is the link, enrollment and attendance. Right now, I know it's not working because of some server issue. So don't worry guys, after some time, you can go ahead and click on this one link and here you can simply, register with your email ID. That's how simple it is. And don't worry, I'll show you how that works once it starts working. Other than that, don't worry guys, in some time I will show you how that works. Okay. And second thing guys, after this, you can see here, if at all, here it is mentioned how to step-by-step register yourself. So sign up and enrollment, then you have to just go to the one link. And so you can read here how to do all the things with the screenshots. We have mentioned everything. In some time, once the link is active, I'll show you how to do all of these things one by one. But if at all it opens for you, sir, audio problem hai. Are you sure? Sangam. So guys, this is the whole process that you can follow. We have given it with screenshots. This is the whole process which you can follow to, register yourself easily. Not clear audio. Guys, is my audio completely cleared? Can you confirm that? Is my audio completely cleared? Double voice problem. Double voice problem. Why is that happening? Audible? Clear voice. Not clear voice. No problem, sir. No problem. All clear. Now it's clear. Okay. Hopefully. Okay. That's great. Okay. Nice. Okay. Cool, guys. So now one more thing. See, now in this whole HTML and CSS session, whatever we're going to be doing, everything we have mentioned in this notes here, it's a completely detailed notes where you can see everything that we're going to be teaching and all the documentations about whatever we're going to be learning is mentioned here. So you can also go to this particular area and you can, figure out everything here. It's very easy. So whatever we're going to be teaching every day, once the teaching ends, you can go on this notes and you can see whatever we have learned. And we have also mentioned some extra things here. So you can also watch out for that. And the third thing that we have here is the interview questions. So after learning all these things, after learning all the HTML and CSS fundamentals in this whole 5-day course, you can also go to this interview questions section where you can see important interview questions regarding the topics that we have learned, which will help you in your interviews. And day by day, we'll also be discussing some of the interview questions from here and others we have mentioned so that it will be helpful for you. Okay, now guys, I know that today we got delayed a little bit. So I'm really sorry for that first of all. And now we are ready to start. And don't worry, once the link starts working, I'll explain you everything about all these things. Okay, so hopefully we are good to go guys, everyone. Okay, and I really hope that you are excited because we have 600 people watching. So guys, please don't forget to like the video and sorry for the issue and let's start directly. Okay, so the first thing, what we are learning today is, so first of all, let me just get a notepad, So let me just search for an online notepad quickly. Okay, nice. So now guys, today we are starting with something called as HTML and CSS. Now before we start with anything, let's try to understand what exactly is this. What exactly is HTML and CSS? And before even talking about that, we need to talk about something called as what exactly is web development. Now, I know that a lot of you might be already knowing what exactly is web development. But for some people who don't know, let's go ahead and let's talk about that quickly. Okay. So guys, the process of creation of websites, the things that you see, for example, you go online, you see something like, flipkart.com, you see something like, apple.com. All these are nothing but websites. So now there are people who are creating all these things, right? Beautiful websites for their brands, for their companies, for everything that they have, right? So web development is nothing but something that deals with the creation of this web pages, websites, and all that stuff. And in the next 5 days, I'll be teaching you how to actually create your personal website. Okay. So guys, let's go ahead and let's start it quickly before wasting any more time. Okay, because our aim is not to understand directly what exactly is web development, because it has a lot of things in it. So we'll start from scratch and we'll go to things one by one. And I think someone is asking about, can I decrease the size of my camera? Yes, obviously. Let me just quickly do that. Okay, I hope this much will be fine. Nice. Cool. Let's go now. Okay. Yes, don't worry. I'll use VS Code. Notepad is just for writing few things and explaining you. Don't worry. So now guys, let's talk about this. What exactly is the meaning of HTML and CSS? Because that is what we're going to be learning in the next 4 and 5 days. Okay, so let's go and let's talk about something called as HTML. What exactly is HTML? So guys, first of all, you tell me what according to you is HTML. Everyone, come on. What according to you is HTML? Don't worry guys, I will use VS Code. This is just, for some basic idea that I'm giving you. Okay, just notepad for just writing some full forms and explaining things to you. That's all. Okay, so guys, quickly tell me everyone, what according to you is HTML? Come on, quickly tell me. Quickly guys, everyone. It provides structured and content of web page. You should start this instead of the JS course. To make the structure of website. Hypertext markup language. Okay, to make structure of websites. Nice, really nice. Skeleton of web page is a language. Okay, now I can see all the answers coming up. Yes, guys. Yes, you all are almost correct. Yes. It's a language. It's a markup language. Hypertext markup language. Front porch for web. Content, structure maker. Okay, that's great, guys. So all the answers that you're giving here are almost correct. But let's quickly go and let's take a few minutes to understand what exactly is HTML in detail. Okay, so let's go guys, let's go. So now, first of all, basically speaking, HTML is a coding language. In computers, HTML is a coding language whose full form is hypertext markup language. The full form of HTML is hypertext markup language. Now, what exactly is the meaning of hypertext markup language? We'll also understand that. But first of all, we need to understand what does this language do. Now, see guys, in computers, we have different languages. We have C, we have C++, we have HTML, we have JavaScript, we have Java, we have PHP. We have different languages, right? So all the languages do different kind of things. So if you talk about HTML, HTML is nothing but a coding language which helps you to create web pages and put content in it. Okay, this is the main job of HTML. It is simply used to create web pages and put content in it. Okay, now basically we need to understand what exactly is the meaning of web page for all the new people. So guys, when you go on a website like flipkart.com or apple.com, what you see on the spot, right? What you see here, this is what you call as a web page, right? And when you click on some link, you go to some other web page. Right, so website is nothing but collection of web pages. You have different web pages, and a website can be considered as a collection of web pages. When you click on one more link, you go to some other web page, right? So this whole thing that you see is what you call as a web page. And HTML is a language which is used to create something called as a web page. So guys, that's why this thing is important. So HTML, in simply speaking, it's nothing but a language which is used to create web pages, and also the content that you see on the web page. For example, images, text, right? These all images, text, then input fields, all these things that you see are nothing but the content which are on the web page, right? So this content is also created using HTML. Okay, like for example, when I say content, what can be the content on a web page, guys? What can be the content? Content can be image, content can be audio, content can be video if you're working on something like YouTube, right? Content can be text. I think that is the most common content on a web page because you always have a text, right? And then after that, you can have, input fields. So these are some examples of content that you can put on web page. So guys, HTML as a language is used to create web pages, and also it helps you to put content on it. When I say content, it is something like this. So guys, are we clear with this basic idea of what exactly is HTML? Okay. And guys, please focus that HTML is not a scripting language, not a programming language. It says it is a markup language. So guys, HTML comes under a category of markup language. Don't forget that. Okay. Markup language is a kind of language which deals with content. That's why the language name is HTML, because it also deals with content. So guys, that's how the base idea is. And everyone, don't worry guys, I can see all your questions. Please don't spam, otherwise I won't be able to read your doubts and questions. So please don't spam. Okay, everyone, it's a kind request from my side. Please don't spam so that I can see your doubts and everything carefully. And today we got a little delayed, but I'll try to cover everything that is planned for today. So guys, please don't worry. I'll cover everything from scratch for you. Okay. So guys, that's what HTML is. Simple. Now, yes, it's a very good question. What exactly is the meaning of hypertext? That is very important to understand. So see, when you go on a web page, right? So you have links, right? You have, like when I click on somewhere, for example, if I go to apple.com, now here, what you see, it is a text, right? This here is a text. But when I click on it, I go to some other web page. So guys, when you have this text and when you click on it, you go to some other web page. That means that text is linked to some web page. So that link that you have, guys, on the web page, when you have links, those links are what you call as hyperlinks. Those links are what you call as hyperlinks. So when you create a website, you're basically creating multiple web pages which are hyperlinked to each other, which are linked to each other. That's why you have something called as hypertext markup language. A language which is written in markup format, okay, and which helps you to create web pages and put content on it, and it contains a lot of hyperlinked text. That's why the name is hypertext markup language. Right, guys? A language which helps you to create web pages, which is written in markup format. Now, don't worry, I'll also talk about what exactly is the meaning of markup format, and it contains hyperlinks to other web pages, because that's how a website is made. Because a website is nothing but collection of web pages hyperlinked to each other. That's all. Is that clear, guys, everyone? That's why the full form is hypertext markup language. And guys, initially, when HTML was created in the 90s, at that time, we didn't have the features of putting audio, video. At that time, it was all text and text and text, right? That's why the name was hypertext markup language. But this name is given in 90s. If you have to give a name today, then it might change a little bit, because now you can put audio, video, graphics, and much more things. But that's all the revolution, right? We got all the new things. Okay. So guys, I really hope it's cleared, everyone. Okay. Now guys, see, one more thing. I just want to give you something extra. Remember that every computer language that you have is considered as a coding language, because you're going to be coding in that, right? So in computers, whatever language you write to do anything, they are considered as coding languages. They help you to create applications. They help you to interact with the computer. That's why they are called as coding languages, because you're going to be coding in them. Now, coding languages are divided into certain categories based on what they do. For example, you have programming languages, which help you to calculate, right? Which help you to access memory, all those stuff. So in programming language category, you have C, C++, JavaScript, PHP. You have query language category, in which you have SQL, right? Which helps you to work with databases. So what I'm trying to say here is there are different categories, and depending on what a language does, it is put into a category. Just like that, you have a category of markup language. which normally deals with content. That's why, guys, HTML is also known as a markup language because its main job is to deal with content, but the content is quite good. Graphical content, image, audio, video. So HTML is a language which deals with creating content on a web page. That's why it comes under the category of markup language. So you have programming languages, you have query language, you have markup language, you have different categories. And HTML comes under the markup language category. I hope it's clear, guys, everyone. Now don't worry, we'll go in detail a little bit more, but let me remove this extra stuff. I just wanted to clear this so that a lot of people think, right, that HTML is also programming. That's why I just wanted to clear that out. So let's go ahead and let's talk about more things, guys. Okay. So guys, I really hope that it's cleared what exactly is HTML now. And now we can move a little bit ahead, right, everyone? Okay. Now, guys, see, this was HTML. Okay. And again, let's reconsider this. We have understood that HTML is used to create a web page and it helps you to put content on it. So if I go to Flipkart on a site like this, which is looking very beautiful, right? Everything is good and all the stuff looks very good. Is this site only created using HTML? No. HTML is used to create web pages, but is this web page completely created using HTML? Then no. Why I'm telling you now? If I go ahead and open its code, which is written by developers of Flipkart, definitely. And if I have to show you what this site would look like if it was only created in HTML. So I can do this for you. See now, guys. If this site was only created in HTML, it would look something like this. You can see now, right? You can see now it's fine because you have web page, you have content, everything is good. See that, guys? You have a web page, you have your images, you have your text, you have everything that you need. But is this site looking good? No, not at all. Because see, now this site is only created using HTML. You can see all your content. So you have web page, you have content, but it's not looking good. That means HTML is not enough to create a beautiful, good looking web page. HTML is only enough if you just want to create a web page and put content on it. So there is one more thing that you need that helps you to arrange these elements, arrange this content, align this content, give color, give size, right? So there is one more technology that we use to arrange, align, give size, give color, give proper management, do all that stuff so that a site like this looks like this. And guys, that is something which you can achieve using one more language called as CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheet. And guys, 99% of the time, CSS and HTML work together. So HTML is used to create web page and put content. Remember that, guys. So that in interviews also, it won't be tough for you to understand, or it won't be tough for you to tell it to people. HTML is used to create web page and put content. CSS is used to style that content. When I say style, that means, arrange, align, sizing, coloring, basically like a makeup to make your web page look beautiful. Is that clear, guys? So that's what HTML and CSS is. And we have to start from scratch. We'll learn what HTML is, how to create a web page, how to put content. Then we'll move to CSS and we'll see how to style those elements, how to arrange, how to align. And at the end of this session, guys, we'll make a really beautiful looking portfolio project that you'll be making with me. Is that clear, guys? I hope everyone new here. Now, I know that there are a lot of people who already know a little bit of HTML and CSS, but I hope that everyone new here who is joining for the first time have understood what exactly is HTML and CSS. So what's the 1%? What's the 1%? See, sometimes CSS also works with XML in some cases. Okay, that's why. And normally, Sauradeep, we always go with 99%, right? Because we can't say 100% for anything, right? It's like Dettol, 99.9%, right? So it's like that. But yeah, most of the times, like almost every time, your HTML and CSS will be working together. Okay. And guys, don't worry about the one link and OTP. I think there's some issue with the server. We are sorting it out. So don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We'll solve it. Okay. So guys, one final things to say about this. HTML is a language which is used to create web page and put content on it. CSS is a language which is used to style the content created by HTML to make it look good, to arrange it, align it, and to make it look Good. Okay. So I hope now we can move ahead. Now at least we know, right, what is HTML, what is CSS. Now don't worry. Now we'll go in very detail and understand everything. And guys, today we are only starting with the first language, that is going to be HTML. So today, guys, our task is to understand how to use HTML to create web page. That's the first task. Then we'll learn how to start creating content like text, like image, like audio, like video, like input. We'll go with everything one by one, one by one. For all the people are asking about XML, guys, XML is one more markup language like HTML. But XML is like a, for custom tags. In HTML, all the things that you're going to be using are already fixed. In XML, you can create your own tags. Now, don't worry about tags, guys. We're going to be talking about that as well. But XML is a language which is also a content creation and content holding language, just like HTML. But HTML is fixed. XML is extensible. As a user, you can do whatever you want there. Okay? So let's go, guys. Let's go. And let's start with today's session properly. Let's start with our HTML. Okay? Hello, all our tech. Hello, DJ World. Hello, Rajesh. Hello, Komalpreet. Let's start, guys. Let's go. Can CSS also make web page or only make it is Komalpreet? No, CSS cannot be used to create web pages. Your web page should be only in HTML or mostly in some other language that is giving HTML back. For example, your web page can also be in PHP, but at the end it will be giving some HTML back. CSS cannot be used to create web page. CSS works with web page, works with your HTML. Okay. Now, guys, few more things before we move ahead, and then we are directly going on to VS Code and start coding. Okay, so now let's go. So now, guys, first of all, just like when you start learning any language, you first learn, right, how to write the basics of it. Okay, so guys, just like that, we also need to understand how to write the basic idea or basic coding techniques of HTML. What are the basic idea of writing HTML? Okay, so guys, see, all the other programming languages have like something like a main function, right? Public static void main or void main, everything they have, which you have to write basically so that you can start coding. In HTML, you don't have all of that because HTML is not a programming language. It's a markup language. So let's try to understand what is the base idea of writing HTML. So guys, HTML is a language which is written in tags. Now, what exactly is a tag? So a tag is something which looks like this. See. Tag, so that it looks like this. First, opening bracket, you have to use your angular bracket, opening angular bracket, tag, and here you will put some content and then slash tag again. So guys, that's how a simple tags look like. Now don't worry, guys, this is not a real tag, just giving you an idea. That's how a simple tag looks like. So what exactly is a tag in HTML? So guys, a tag in HTML is used to create any kind of content. So if you want to create an image, there is a tag for it. If you want to create a text, there is a tag for it. If you want to put an audio, there is a tag for it. If you want to put a video in your web page, there's a tag for it. That means for every kind of content that you want to put on your web page, there is a tag already available. And this is what we have to learn. So guys, that's what learning HTML means. Learning how many tags are there, which tag is going to be used for creating which kind of content, and then we can start using them one by one. And guys, those tags are also what you call as markups. Tags are also called as, guys, was markups. So that's why the name is, tags are also called as markups. That is why the name is hypertext markup language, a language which is written in markups, in tags. So guys, that's what we need to learn. How many tags are there? Which tag is used to do what kind of stuff? Okay, I hope we are ready. Now guys, again, before we start, if we want to create a basic web page, there are certain few tags that you always have to mention. Okay, so now we are stopping this and we'll directly jump into the editor where we can see everything. But guys, first of all, are you guys understanding everything till now? Everyone, can you please confirm that? Is everything understood till now? Please confirm once. And guys, for your code editor, okay, you can use any editor that you like. You can use Sublime Text, you can use brackets, you can use Atom, you can use any kind of editor. Just don't use Notepad. That's all. Just don't use Notepad. Don't use Notepad++. You can also go for Notepad++. But what I would suggest, you can use something called as a VS Code editor, because right now it is one of the most famous and one of the most used editors going on in the world, right? So you can simply search for VS Code download. Okay. Simply search for VS Code download. And on the first link, if you click, let me just open it for you. If you just click on this first link, download Visual Studio Code. Okay. And depending on your OS now, you can install it for Windows, for Linux, or for Mac. Now for me guys, it's Mac and I have already installed it. But guys, it's very straightforward. If you go in your PC, download it. I think as a programmer, you might be already having it. So no issues guys. Okay, but again, if you just need it, you can download it and just double click. Just like any normal software, any normal game, you can install it. Sir, what is the definition of tag? A tag in HTML is used to create a certain kind of content. That's all. Ritik, that is the definition, buddy. Okay. Now then, let's move ahead, guys. So now I have already installed it. You can also install it. And after installing, you can just, in your Windows, in whatever PC you're using, just search for VS Code. And once you search for that, something like this will open. Okay. A plain code editor like this. Okay. So now here, guys, you have all the options, but don't worry about them right now, because right now we are still at the basics. Slowly and steadily, we'll start understanding each and everything. So guys, in the next 5 days, we are not only learning HTML and CSS, we'll be also learning, how to use VS Code properly. But today, let's start with the basic idea. So guys, once you start your VS Code, it will look something like this. For you, there might also be a start page here, but I have closed that. But that's how it will look like, guys. Now, guys, for everything that we are going to be creating, I have created a folder on my desktop called as HTML/CSS. You can also just go on your desktop or anywhere in your PC and you can create a folder like this. Call it anything you want, HTML, CSS, whatever you want to call it, you can call it, guys. Okay. So I have created a blank folder. You can see right now there's nothing in it. It's just a blank folder called as HTML, CSS. I'll go in my VS Code and I'll click on File, Open Folder. Okay. And I'll open that folder. Okay, let me see, where was it? In Documents. Yeah, I'll open that folder. I'll just select that folder and click on Open. So now that folder is opened in my VS Code. Now I don't need this welcome screen, so I can simply click it away. And now see, guys. So initially when you open it, you'll have a blank folder. And guys, it is the exact same folder, so that I don't have to go outside again and again and do anything. From here only now I can create my files, I can create my folders. So guys, see, I have just opened that exact same folder HTML and CSS here. Okay. And now by using these options, I can create files or whatever I want. Okay. So guys, now let me show you how to create. Now see guys, in coding, in PC, no matter what you're creating, whether a website or a web page or an application, and no matter what kind of coding language you're using, main thing is everything will be done in form of files. So guys, your web page is also a file. Is that clear, guys? Your web page is also a file. And in computers, every file has an extension. Based on that extension only, the computer understands what kind of file it is and how to treat it. So now guys, if you're planning to create a web page, you also have to create a file for that, where you will write code. But you have to give it a proper extension so that the PC can understand that this file is a web page. So for that, guys, you're going to go ahead and click on this first icon here. See, new file. If you click on that, now here you can name it. You can name it whatever you want. So let's say I'm naming it as first dot. Now you have to give it a proper extension. So guys, if you're planning to write HTML code and if you want this file to behave like a web page, the extension should be HTML. That's all, guys. The extension should be HTML. Now, VS Code understands, oh, it's a HTML file. That means you're planning to write some HTML code in this. And also, guys, the file that you have created in this folder, it's also created here. See, it's also getting created here. So that's why we pulled that folder in VS Code, so that I don't have to come here again and again. I will do everything there. Okay, but whatever I'm doing in my VS Code on that folder, it's also happening here. It's like I have opened the same folder there also. Okay. And that's all, guys. That's what we need to do. And now we are ready to write our HTML code. So give any name you want. Just give it a good name, guys. Don't give any name like ABC or 123. Okay, just give it a good simple name. And after that, .html. And now, guys, now this is the place where we can start writing our HTML code. Okay, guys. That means we can start writing our tags, which are going to create our content. Now, guys, before we move ahead, I know that some of you already know this, but for some people who always get confused, shouldn't it be index.html? No, that's not a mandatory thing per se. It's like more of a convention, which we use when we go at a higher level. And that I'll also talk about that. For now, it's their first time, right? So they don't need to understand right now what exactly is indexed. For now, people need to just understand what exactly is HTML file. But don't worry, maybe from tomorrow, from day after tomorrow, I'll start using index, and I'll also let them know what exactly is the idea of putting index as your name. But for now, it's fine. Okay. Now, guys, see. For everyone, this is very important to understand. This HTML file that you have created, if you open this file in VS Code, you can write code here. And guys, this HTML file is your web page also. Just open this file in your browser, it will act like a web page. So whatever tags you have written, they will look like proper elements. So if you have written an image tag, that will look like an image. If you have written a text tag, that will look like a proper text. So guys, remember, there are not two files. I have seen a lot of people that they think that, okay, this coding file is different and whatever web page is getting created on the browser is different. Guys, the HTML file that you have created, that is your coding file and that's also your web page. It's just where you open that file that matters. If I open that HTML file in VS Code, I can see the code. If I open that file in browser, it will act like a web page. It will work like a web page. Is that clear, guys, everyone? So now, guys, this is the page where we can start writing our HTML code. So let's go and let's do some basics here. Okay. Now, guys, as I mentioned already, that in every coding language, you have some basic set of code that you need to write before you start with any of your own stuff. Like when you go in Java, you have public static void main. That is the mandatory thing. Only inside that you can start writing your own code. If you go in C, you need something called a void main. So everywhere you need some basic set of code. So in HTML also, guys, you need some basic set of code that you always need in any web page, no matter what you want to do. So let me do that basic setup. And guys, that basic setup is also what you call as boilerplate. Remember that, guys, we call it as a boilerplate code. It's a basic setup. So let's do this. Are we doing any projects? Yes. On the final day, we'll be building a portfolio by using all the things that we have learned, a portfolio website. So guys, the basic setup goes like this. The first tag that you have is what you call as HTML tag. Okay. Inside HTML, you need two tags called as head and called as body. Okay. So inside HTML, you have two tags, head and body. Inside head, you have a tag called as title. Okay. And inside body, you can write your own content. So guys, this is the basic boilerplate or basic setup of your HTML file. Okay. But if you write code like this, your browser will think that you're using an older version of HTML language. So to make sure that browser knows that this is the fresh and the new version, which is HTML5. So guys, right now, the version that the world is using is HTML5. So to make sure that the PC understands it, or the browser understands it, more importantly, on the top, you need to put one extra tag called as doctype HTML. If you put this tag, then the browser recognizes that, okay, fine, this is a HTML5 document. I need to treat it like a HTML5 document. And guys, this is the basic boilerplate of your HTML file. But it took a minute to create, right? So even your VS Code knows that if you want to create any web page, this is going to be always needed. That's why, guys, they have given you some shortcuts. So if you're not planning to write all this on your own, what you can do is just put exclamation and see you get this first option. Press enter and you'll get all the basic boilerplate by default like this. Or you can also write HTML and go to this option HTML5 because I'm asking it to generate HTML5 boilerplate and enter. Oh, sorry. I had a caps lock on. Let me just, now let me write HTML5 and here we go. See the basic boilerplate. So either write it yourself or use exclamation or just write HTML and select the HTML5 option and it will generate something like this. Now guys, see right now you can see few more tags here, but right now don't worry about them. I will explain you in detail what exactly is this meta tag. Right now, I don't want to make it complicated, so I'm going to remove them as of now. Remove it. And also I'm going to be removing this. Let's go back to the basic boilerplate. Okay. This is the basic boilerplate, guys. Okay. Now guys, every time you do any changes, save the code. So Control S or Command S for Mac, it's the shortcut for saving. Save it. Now guys, let's go ahead and let's open the exact same file in the web browser. So for that, guys, what you can do, you have multiple options, but I'm right now giving you the basic idea, like how to do it. Just go ahead, right click on your file here and press copy path. So you're copying the path of this file from your computer. Okay. You're copying the path. I think some people are asking, why did I remove all that extra stuff? See, right now I'm removing it because I want to explain that to you. Then I'll start putting that. First of all, I want to explain you what is meta, what is all that stuff. Okay. Then I'll start explaining all that stuff. So guys, to open the same file in the browser, there are multiple ways. You can go to that file in your, okay. You can go to your file and just right click here and open with, see, here also you have the option. Yes, live server is there, but right now I'm not introducing that to you. Don't worry. In some time, I want to first show you guys the difficulty. Then I'll show you the solution so that you understand why do we have that solution. Okay. So now guys, see, either you can go on that place where I've created that file, right click on it, open with, and you can select any browser that you have. Okay. So Google Chrome. And if you just click on that, you'll see it has opened. Now that file has opened here. Okay. Or the second option was you can just simply right click, copy the path. And guys, you're getting the exact same thing that is written here. Open your favorite tab, favorite browser tab, and that's it. It's the same file, guys. It is the same file. So don't worry. So either you go there, copy the directly right click, open with Google Chrome, or you simply from VS Code, right click, copy the path, go in your favorite browser and paste that path. So both options are fine, guys. In this case, both options are fine. Up to you. So guys, what you did, a lot of times people think this is your output. Guys, it is your output because it is what you're getting after writing that much code. But try to understand that you're opening the exact same file in the browser. The same file first.html is open in the browser. The same file first.html is open in VS Code. But in VS Code, you can see the code of that. And on the browser, you can see some kind of output. Right now, we can't see anything, but that's fine. Now, guys, let's also try to understand a little about these basic tags. Then we'll move ahead and start understanding the main things that we are here to learn. Okay. Yes, we can also do it in live server. But right now I'm holding the live server because first of all, I need to, show you some different things. Okay. Now, guys, can we move ahead, everyone? I hope it's clear. Yes, I know, guys, we can also do live server. But for everyone new, I'm going to tell you all that. Don't worry. For everyone new, I'm showing you all the ways. Okay. So guys, now before we move ahead with any other tags, let's also try to understand, because sometimes people ignore understanding what exactly is the meaning of body or what exactly is the meaning of head. Okay. That's why I want to take this time to explain you what exactly is the meaning of these things, because a lot of times people ignore this. So guys, see, the main tag that you have here is what you call as this HTML tags, this HTML tag. Okay. This tag basically says that this is the HTML file. That's all, guys. This is my HTML file. That's all that tag is. But guys, see, if you ignore this first tag, because see, guys, that is only to tell the page or the browser that this is the HTML file, HTML5 document. So leave that tag, because guys, see, this tag is not creating any content. That tag is only for telling the browser that this is the HTML5 document. So leave that. That is not related to content. Now, the main tag that you have here is this HTML tag. And everything that you're going to be creating from now on will be inside that HTML. That's why that HTML tag is also called as the root tag or the root element. Okay. So this is the root element of your web page. Then inside HTML, you have head and you have body. So you can say that HTML has two childs, head and body. Okay. And head and body are sibling tags because they are side by side and they share the same parent, which is HTML. Now guys, see, why these things are called as head and body? Like why they gave it then the name of head and body and why nothing else? So guys, in the digital world, everything is represented as data, right? Your messages, your post, your videos, your audios. In the digital world, everything is considered as data. And data is always divided into two parts, head and body. Head is the place where you mention the information about the real data. Like what is the length of data, what is the size of data, what kind of data you have, what is the character set, anything related to the real data, but not the data, just things which are defining the data. So guys, that's what you also call as metadata, information about the data. And in the body area, you have the real data. So guys, in this digital world, everything, even when you send a message, it's also formatted in the form of head and body. Head holds the information about your message. length of the message, time of the message, sender of the message, receiver of the message. I'm talking about the chat message. And body holds the actual chat message. Same, your HTML file is also considered as a data, and it's divided into two parts. Head, which will hold the information about the web page, any information, okay, like the title of the page, okay, maybe in future links, some extra information. And body is the place where your actual web page content will be. That's why they are called as head and body and nothing else. That's the reason, guys, head and body. So everywhere, guys, this the same concept, head, body, head, body. Related to data, it's always head and body. Okay. So guys, now see, if you run this web page, you can see here on top, you can see its document written here. See that? That is coming from this title tag. This title tag is used to give the title to the web page. Okay. So here you can see, right? This is your title. What you see in your tab. See, here it is download Visual Studio Code. Here it is iPhone, Apple. Here it is online shopping. So everywhere it's different. So we can also change it. If I just go ahead and change it to like, first web page. And guys, don't forget, after you do any changes, save it. Okay. And you can see now it is written first web page. Now don't worry, guys. I'll also show you how to change this icon. See, for us, this is a world icon here, right? A world icon. But you can see, okay, let me put this here. I think it's hiding behind my, screen, the camera. So now here we go, guys. See, you can see the world icon. But if you go to this Flipkart, you can see they have a Flipkart icon here. If you go to Apple, they have a Apple icon here. But for us, it's world icon. But don't worry, guys. By tomorrow, I'll teach you how to exactly change that icon. I hope you want to learn that, guys, everyone. So I'll show you how to change that icon as well. But right now, you're not ready for that. Tomorrow, I'll show you how to change that icon. Just remind me. If I forget, just remind me. I'll show you how to change that icon as well. Okay. So now, guys, let's start with our real thing. Everyone, are we ready, guys? Okay. And guys, if you carefully look at it, your HTML code actually looks like a tree, right? On the top, you have HTML. Inside HTML, you have head and body, right? If I have to draw it, it looks something like this, right? Again, guys, this is something that a lot of people ignore, but I want to talk about it. So on the top, you have HTML, right? Inside HTML, you have head and you have body, right? And inside head, now you have title. And inside body, in future, you'll have some more things. So if you see, it goes like this, right? Inside HTML, you have head and body. Inside head, you have title. And inside body now, you'll have some more things, right? So if you look at it, it goes like a tree. And guys, you have to understand that when you open your HTML code, when you run your HTML file in a browser, internally, your HTML code is actually converted to a tree. Yes, it happens, guys. We can't see it, but internally, it gets converted to a tree. And guys, that tree is also called as DOM. Remember this, guys. Remember this. That tree is also called as DOM, and the full form of that DOM is Document Object Model. Just giving you some extra information, guys, so that you're not confused. Okay. These are really important for the interviews. Okay. So that, guys, that tree is also called as DOM. So actually, when you open your web page, HTML code on the browser, okay, your code is converted to a tree called as DOM, and then the browser reads the DOM tree and creates the proper output for you. That's how, guys, that's how the process works. That's how simple it is. Right now, we don't have to focus too much on it, but it's good to know, right? All that stuff. Everyone, it's always good to know that. Okay. So, ready, everyone? Let's go. Let's start learning some tags now. Let's go inside body, everyone. And guys, I hope that you guys are understanding everything. I know there was a little delay in the start, so we started a little fumble here and there, but I hope now everything is settled. You're understanding everything, and also you're enjoying the session. Okay. And guys, please don't forget to like the video if you're understanding everything. Don't forget to like, guys. Okay. Now then, let's go and let's start with the tags. So guys, as I said, there are various tags. There are so many tags. If you want to create an image, there is a tag. If you want to create a video, there is a tag. If you want to create an audio, there is a tag. There is a tag for everything. So first off, we'll start with some basic tags. Tags which work with text. Then we'll talk about tags which work with image. Then we'll talk about tags which work with video. Then we'll talk about tags which help you to create input fields and forms. So we'll go step by step. Okay. So let's work with something called as textual tags, which work with text. So guys, the first set of tags that we have here are called as heading tags, which help you to create different sized text. Okay. So the first tag that you have here is H1. Okay. Guys, the name is H1 only. Okay. Don't try to change it to H2, H7, H10, whatever you have. Call it H1. So there's autosave feature. Yes, Somedeep, I know there's an autosave feature, but I normally don't use it because I always want to make sure that I have saved it. But again, it's a personal choice. Yeah, there is this feature. Yes. So guys, H1 tag. Now what it does? Now see guys, this is just a tag. By default, there will be no output for it. If you try to see, there will be no output for it. Nothing. So guys, because right now it's just a tag. It doesn't know on what content I have to work with. So guys, every tag almost will have a content. But guys, understand, not every tag will have a content. Almost all the tags have content. But there are some tags which don't have content as well. We'll also talk about that. But for now, H1 requires the content. So guys, some tags will always require content. Some tags work without content. H1 always works with content. So here, let's put some content like let's upgrade. Okay. And one more thing, guys, every tag has a predefined name. I am not creating my own personal tag, guys. All the tags that we are using here already have these names fixed. Okay. So save it, guys. Guys, whatever changes you make, save it. And now go on your browser and refresh your web page. And now you can see. You can see, right? It's a bigger text. It's bigger and bolder. So guys, H1 is a tag which makes your text big and bold. See, if you compare it with your normal text, if I just write some normal text in the body like hello, you can see, refresh. See, this is your normal text size and this is your H1 tag size. So guys, this H1 tag is doing nothing but making this text big and bold. That's the job of H1 tag. But H1 is not the only tag which does this. There are total 6 tags which can, make your text bold and different size. So you have in total 6 heading tags. H1 is one tag. Then you have H2. Now guys, this is the name H2. That means it's also heading tag, but it is a little smaller as compared to H1. So if I put the same content here as well, let's upgrade. You will see after refreshing, see it's a little smaller. Is that clear, guys? And same, just like that, you have H3. So let me write all that stuff now quickly. Let's upgrade. Then let me also write H4. Let's upgrade. Then H5. So in total, guys, you actually have till H6. Please don't try H7. That won't work. If it works, that means there is a problem with the HTML, right? So guys, you don't have anything like H7, so don't try that. So now you can see we have different sizes of text here, right? But guys, normally you should always go till H4, H3, that will be enough because after H3, you can see the size decreases so much that you can't even read it. Even if I zoom my page, you can see now, right? So H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So normally you should always go till H4. Don't go beyond H4. You will never need it. You will never need something beyond H4. Okay. So always try that, guys. So guys, that's what these tags do. And for people who might think that there might be something like H1, H7, let me show you. If I try H7, first of all, see, it's not coming because it's not a tag. But even if I forcefully write that thing, let's say H7, and write something like let's upgrade, you will see it is exactly similar to your normal text. See that? Because H7 is nothing. So the browser doesn't even recognize what is H7. Okay, so leave that. So guys, these are what you call as heading tags. And these are very important. These are very important when you're working with websites where you want to put section headings. Okay. Normally you can also use CSS to give sizes, but using heading tags, gives your website a good value in SEO. When you want to optimize your websites, using heading tags is a much more better thing than writing your normal text and then making it bold and beautiful using CSS. Okay, is that cleared, guys, everyone? I hope it's cleared. Now then, let's work with the next set of tags. Now guys, one more thing. See, sometimes for all the new coders here who don't know this, for all the new coders, guys, sometimes you don't want this code to run, but I don't also want this. I don't want to delete this code. So guys, I don't want to delete this code, but I want this code to be here so that I can activate it or use it afterwards. So guys, for that, you can go ahead and select all the lines and just put control/. which will comment this code. Now guys, when you comment the code, that means this code won't work. Now see, that code is not working. But inside the page, you will still have that code. That means without even removing that code, it's not working. But in future, you can again select it and again press Ctrl/ and uncomment it. And now it will start working. So you can deactivate or activate your code or normal text anytime you want. That's why we have this commenting logic. So select everything and just press Ctrl/. This can be used to deactivate some kind of code. This can be also used to, write some extra data like, hello, this is my first web page. But I don't want this hello, this is my first web page to be on the web page in reality. Because see, right now, if I just write that and if I go on my web page, you will see it's there. But I don't want that. I don't want this hello, this is my first web page. I only want it to be in my code. So again, select, just go on that line or select the whole thing and put Ctrl/. That's all. It will be commented. Okay. So guys, that's what we need to do here. Okay, everyone. Now then, guys, see, I think some people are asking how to move things here and there and how to align center. Guys, don't worry. Trust me, just wait for some time. Once we finish with the basics of HTML, we'll jump onto CSS. And trust me, guys, I'll teach you everything about how to align things, how to arrange things, how to move things in center and all that stuff. I hope you trust me, guys, in that case. I really hope you trust me. Don't worry. Let's finish the HTML first, all the basics that we need, and then we can jump onto CSS and learn everything about arrangement and alignment. Okay. So now, guys, let's work with few more tags which work with text. Okay. So let's go. Now, these were some simple text which you might use for headings of your web page. So for those, you have heading tags. Now, sometimes you write multiple lines of text. Sometimes, guys, you write multiple lines of text. Now, let's say I want to write multiple lines of text. So, guys, in your web page, a lot of times you want to write multiple lines of text. But for that, guys, you normally go on web pages, you copy some text like from Wikipedia or something like that. Okay. Or if I want to write multiple line of text in my web page, I normally do this, right? Come on. This is one thing that I don't like in MacBook. Okay. Now let's go ahead. So, guys, see, normally, if you want to write multiple lines of text in your web page, you can also do this. If you don't want to copy it from a web page, you can also do this. But this doesn't look good. So that's why, guys, in HTML, you have a shortcut. If you want to generate multiple line of your text for some dummy reasons, just for checking, you have a tag called as lorem. Just search for lorem, okay, and write into whatever you want. So let's say I write 5. So it will generate 5 lines of text for you. Okay, dummy text. Guys, it's a dummy text. Okay, so you can use this lorem. Just write lorem multiplied by 6. It will generate 6 lines of text for you. So guys, that's what you can do to generate some lines of text. Now, if needed, guys, I can also copy it from somewhere. It's completely fine. Okay, I can see some person pasting React code in here. I think it's Aman Dubey. What happened, buddy? You're pasting React code. Okay, now then, guys, save it. And now you can see we have some really good content here. Also, I don't want this hello anymore, so let me remove it. Now, guys, you can see that we have a simple paragraph-like text here. Okay, it's fine, good enough. Okay, I can see it's in my code and I can also see it in my output. But what if I plan to have one more paragraph? What if I plan to have one more paragraph? So, can I simply copy this whole thing? And let's say I plan that I need some gap. So I press enter 3-4 times and I paste it here. So according to my logic, now I'm thinking as a new guy that I'm thinking, okay, fine. Now, if I put all this here, okay, and if I try here, I should also get that gap here. I should get that 2 paragraphs. But if you see, it's not happening here, right? Here, we have given good gaps. I want it to look like 2 paragraphs. But here, it's all coming in one line. It's not looking like 2 paragraphs. So guys, that's one thing. No matter how many enters, how many spaces you give here, it will never ever create gap on your web page. So guys, what if I want to treat them like 2 separate paragraphs? So guys, for that, you have a special tag called as p tag, which stands for paragraph. So you can just take all this content and put inside a p tag like this. Take all the content and put it inside a p tag. And same here, take all the content and put it inside a p tag. So I can take the whole thing and put it inside a p tag. And now because of the p tag, the browser understands that I need to treat them like a paragraph. So now if I go here and see, now it is getting treated like a proper separate paragraph, like a single element. Okay. So this is, and now guys, the best part is this can be considered as a single element, and this also can be considered as a single element. So in future, if I want to apply something on these elements, it will be better. But I can see a lot of people are saying BR. So yes, guys, BR is also an option, but in that case, it won't be considered as a single element. Right now, this whole thing is a paragraph. I can consider it like an element and I can apply CSS or I can do something on this because it's a P element. It's a P tag. Now guys, see, when you code it, they are called as tags. On the output, they are called as elements. So this is one paragraph element. This is second paragraph element. For example, if I go on Flipkart, this is the image element. This is a box element. This is also a box element. So guys, understand this base idea. When you code, they are called as tags. But when you go on a web page, whatever they are creating, those things are called as elements. Just a perspective, that's all. On a web page, you call them as elements. On the code, you call them as tags. Remember that, everyone. That's very important to understand. Okay. Now, okay, let me also show you that, guys. So now, see, if sometimes you have, your normal text, and now see, I feel that no, in this paragraph also, after this question mark, I want to put a line. I want this Expedia, from this Expedia, I want it in a different line. Forcefully, I want it. I want that in a different line, definitely. So guys, for that, you can go to wherever you want that line break. Okay. And let's say it was at Expedia, right? Now I have to figure out where is Expedia. But let's say I do it anywhere. I do it here. After this voluptatibus. So guys, here you can put a tag called as BR, which stands for break. Okay. And guys, see, this tag doesn't need any closing. This tags like this are called as empty tags. Tags who never use or who never have any kind of closing. So guys, this is a BR tag. It's an empty tag. Its whole job is wherever you put me, there I'll create a line break. Okay. So now guys, if you just go here, refresh, see, now after this voluptatibus, you have a line break. Okay. So now whatever was after that, it's going in the next line. Is that clear, guys? Everyone? No need to put that slash from HTML5, Sauradeep. Now see guys, previously you had to put this slash, but after HTML5, you don't need to put this slash. You just have to put BR, that's all. Yes, those are called as self-closing tags, empty tags, self-closing tags. No need to put as, a slash or something like that. No need. Even if you put it, it will still work, but no need to do that. That's just an extra thing. Okay. How many hours of class per day? 1.5 hours from 6:30 to 8. So guys, I hope you got the idea of PR and B both, right, everyone? Now, let's discuss about one more tag. Okay. Again, related to textual. One more paragraph tag, actually. There's one more paragraph tag that I want to show you. Okay. So let's again write 2 more lines of lorem. So, or let's not write lorem. Let's actually write some other stuff. Okay. So guys, please focus, everyone. So let's say now I'm creating one more paragraph in which I want to display something like, a code. Let's say I want to display something like a code. Okay. For example, when you go on Stack Overflow, right? There you see people writing code on their web page. You have code and it looks like a code. So can I also write it on my web page? Because guys, see, what I'm trying to say is if I go on Stack Overflow on the website like Stack Overflow, let's go on Stack Overflow here. And you ask questions here, you get answers here. So all that stuff. So if you just go on this web page and okay, now it's going to sign in. Let's search for, Java array, something like that. Okay. Come on, man. Just give me a simple question answer. I have not signed in this laptop, guys. Okay. Let's go to something like W3 schools. Okay. I think that will not ask me to sign in as of now. Okay. So let's search for, Python tutorial, something like that. Now guys, see in here, let's search for something like inheritance. Okay. Now here we go see, this is a web page. This is not a code editor. This is a web page. But here you can see, guys, this whole text is looking like a proper code in different lines, right? But if I copy the same thing, okay, in my web page, and I also want to represent like a code. So if I paste it here, Okay. And even if you write it like a proper code here, see, even if I write it like a proper code here in proper different lines, and if I go on my web page now, you will see it is getting displayed like this. See, in 2 lines. So guys, those things don't matter. Those spaces and enters that you have given don't matter. Your HTML browser will always convert it into lines, proper lines. So what if I want it to look like a code? So guys, for that, you have to use one more paragraph tag called as pre, P-R-E, which stands for pre-formatted paragraph. So here I can use pre and close the pre. Okay. And now guys, you will see that in whatever format you have written that text, in the same format it is visible. It formats your text. So guys, for all those code display on Stack Overflow, W3 schools, they might be using pre. I'm not sure because we can use pre, but they might have also written some kind of BRs. We don't know. Everyone has a different technique. But guys, you can use pre in this case. If you want to display your data in the same format in which you're writing, you can use a pre tag. Is that clear, guys? Everyone, I really hope you're cleared here. Guys, I'm really hoping that we are understanding all these things here. Now then, we can move ahead with the next set of tags. Okay, next basic set of tags. Okay, so now I see these are some of the textual tags, H1, P, pre, and we'll be using all of this in future from tomorrow, from day after tomorrow when we also start with CSS. But now, pre 1% club, pre means pre-formatted paragraph. Pre means pre-formatted paragraph. It displays your text in the same format in which you have written. So see, I have done all these enters and spaces and tabs, right? All these spaces, enters. It is displaying my data in the exact same format in which I have written. That is pre tag. Okay. Okay. Now guys, let's move ahead to the next set of tags. So these were all the basic textual tags. Now guys, before moving on to the next set of tags, I would also like to talk about one more thing. So now we understand what is a tag, right? Everyone, now we understand what's a tag. A tag is nothing but something which helps you to create some kind of content. It can be a textual content, it can be an image, it can be audio, it can be anything. Okay. Hi Akash, how are you, buddy? Now, some tags, or just like tags, you also have one more thing in HTML. It's called as attributes. You have also something called as attributes. So now we need to understand what exactly are attributes in HTML. What exactly are attributes? So now guys, see, attributes are nothing but extra properties or extra features of a tag. So see, in these tags guys, they are working on their own. But there are a lot of tags in HTML which have something called as attributes. Attributes are nothing but extra properties or extra features on tags which sometimes enhance the features of tag. Right? They enhance the features of a tag, or sometimes they add something to the tag. Exactly. Define the nature of a tag. That's all, guys. So tags are tags. Some of the tags have something called as attributes. Attributes are nothing but something which enhance the feature of a tag. And also there are some kind of tags which never work without an attribute. For example, in this case, guys, see, this pre is working without any extra attribute. This P is working without any extra attribute. But there are some tags which always need attributes. So guys, it's like this. There are some tags which don't need any extra attributes. There are some tags which work on their own, but they also have some extra attributes which will enhance their features. There are some tags which always need attribute. They cannot work without any attribute. Okay, 3 kind of tags. Remember this. But first of all, let's see how to write these attributes. And guys, see, you cannot directly, put this in your mind. We have to learn it slowly. How many tags are there? Which tags can have these attributes? Which tags cannot have these attributes? All that we need to learn step by step. Okay. So now let me show you first of all how to write an attribute. How to write an attribute. Okay. That's very important. Okay, guys. So please focus, everyone. So when you want to write an attribute, you have a tag. So let's say this is a tag and this is the tag content. Okay. Now attributes are always written in opening tag. In the opening tag, go after the tag name. Guys, please don't write it before the tag name. Only after the tag name, you can write the attribute. So attribute, and it might have some value. So that value can be written here. And some tags have more than one attribute. So again, give a space and write attribute number 2 equals to whatever value it can have. So guys, that's how a tag with attributes look like. Tag, then attribute, some value to it. Attribute number 2, some value to it. And guys, all the attributes are not fixed. We need to learn which attribute can be used where. But remember, they are always written in the opening tag. Let me give you a very simple example. Now, you see all this, right? Everyone, you see all these things when you go on web pages and when you click somewhere. So you go to some, some other web page like this. So those texts are working as a link. Right? Now, what to do if I want to create it? Like, for example, let's say I'm creating a text like Google. I'm writing a text like Google. And what I want is on my web page, I hope you can see that, guys. I hope you can see this. Whenever someone clicks on this Google, I want to go on the Google web page. Right now, it's just a random text. I want to convert this random text to a link. Okay. So for that, guys, you have a tag called as A. Okay. You have a tag called as what, guys? A, which stands for anchor, which helps you to link your text to something or link your content. So let's say we put this Google content in here. Okay. In the A tag. Now, fine. All good. Now, this tag will become a link. Okay. So now this text, it's not visible here, but now it is inside a A tag. So the browser thinks, okay, it's going to be a link. But now I also need to mention whenever this tag creates this link, on which page this will go. So how am I going to mention that? Because A tag just tells that, okay, now you're a link, but where to go? On which page I have to go if someone clicks on that. So that's an extra feature. A tag only tells that it's a link, but I need to mention something extra as well, that where to go. So guys, now A tag has an attribute that will help you to do this. A tag has a property that will help you to do this. And that is known as href. It's an attribute, guys. And just like this, all the different tags have different attributes and we need to learn that. Href here stands for hyperlink reference. Where do you want to go? Give that link or the reference of that web page. So let's say I want to go to https://www.google.com. So guys, href is one example of the attribute. Now different tags have different attributes which do different things. So here guys, see, this href attribute is enhancing the feature of the A tag. A tag is only tells that it's a link, but href tells where to go. So those things, that A tag and that href are working together to make a proper link. And just like that, some tags have 3 attributes, some tags have no attributes, some tags have 10 attributes, some tags can't even work without attributes. They always need some kind of attribute. Is that clear, everyone? Okay. So A tag is the name and it has one attribute called as href. Not only one, but one of the attributes of A tag is href, in which you can put the link. Now guys, if you save this code and if you go here, now see, it is converted to a proper link in a blue color. If I click on it, I'll go to the Google web page. Is that cleared, guys? Everyone, I hope you're understanding this. Okay. All good, everyone. Just like that, guys. See, if you ever want to put an image in your web page, the tag that you need to put an image in your web page is called as img. Now, example, image is one tag, or this img is one tag which never works without any attribute. Because guys, it's an empty tag. You don't have a /img for it. See, you can't even close it. It puts /body. So image tag is an empty tag, guys. And image tag never works without an attribute. If you're using an image tag, there is one attribute that is mandatory. Otherwise, image tag won't have any output. And that attribute is src, source, the URL of the image that you want to load in your web page. So just give you an example that how some tags require attributes. So this A tag also requires the attribute href, this image tag. So guys, understanding, some tags like pre and pre, h1, they work by themselves. Some tags work by themselves, but they have some attribute which defines what extra things they can do. And some tags can't even work without any attribute, like image tag. Image tag always needs the src attribute so that we can mention what image to load. Yes, image is also a self-closing tag, Sauradeep. So guys, understood what's an attribute? It's nothing but something that enhances the features of a tag, properties of a tag. That's all. Some tags And guys, every tag, some tags might have some similar attributes, some tags might have some different attributes, and we have to learn it. Okay, we have to understand all this stuff. So now here, guys, we can put an image link. It can be either a downloaded image, it can be also a, an image that it's online. For example, I can go, let's search for Thor image, something like that. Take any image from anywhere, guys. So let's just go on Google. Let's take this image. Now, guys, I can also download this image, but for now, I'm not doing that. Right click on this image, just copy the image address. Copy the image address. And now go on your code. And in this SRC, just paste that image address that you have copied. And that's all, guys. That should be enough. Now, if you save it, you'll see that Thor image is on your web page. But you can see, right, that is very big. It's very big, you can see. Right? So we can also change it. Okay? You told we use it for code. Sir, pre-tag is used to write content. Exactly, yeah, it is used to write content as exact. Yes. When I said we used to write code, that means not only code. Because see, when we load something like a code, we want it to be displayed like a code as well, right? Right, Charan Kumar? We also, if I'm writing this code and if it is not visible like this code, it will be tough for the user to read. This code won't work here. For example, when you go on Stack Overflow or when you go on code learning websites, there, when you see a code, that code is not working there. It is just for you to learn. So just I'm giving an example here that if you ever want to display a code on your web page, I'm not going to say that Python code can't work in the browser, right? Browser doesn't have Python compiler. It's just, what if I'm creating a coding website and I want to show people some code? Okay, so just putting this, that's all, nothing else, just to show. Okay, and pre-tag is helping me in that, because if I put this code in pre-tag, this code will just look like a normal paragraph. I want it to look like a code. That's why pre-tag. Okay, now guys, in image tag, if you want to change the image's height and width, that's also possible. And guys, that is also possible using attributes. So in image tag, you also have some more attributes. And guys, also one more thing, the sequence of these attributes doesn't matter. You can put SRC afterwards and height width first. You can put SRC first, height width afterwards. The sequence doesn't matter. Okay, so now here I can go ahead and put height of 200 pixels. So the measurement in web, guys, the measurement in this web world, the main measurement is pixels. So 200 pixels, because our screen is also measured in pixels, right? Your resolution is also measured in pixels. That's why 200 pixels. Now if I save it, you can see now it's 200 pixels. And guys, you either give height or give width. If you give height, width will be automatically adjusted. If you give width, height will be automatically adjusted. So no need to give both, because if you give both and if you don't know the proper ratio, see, if I give height 200 and width 400, see, now I don't know the ratio. So I have given some bad ratio here. And that's why my image will look like this. See, looks very bad, right? That's why normally you should either go with height or go with width, so that the other half is automatically adjusted like this. Okay. See, something like this, properly adjusted width. Now guys, there is one more attribute which is mandatory. According to W3C, it's mandatory. Now see, it's working. My image is still working. But according to W3C, it's, guys, for you, if you don't know, W3C stands for World Wide Web Consortium. It's an authority which keeps track of the standards of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So it's an authority, guide. It's a body in the world which keeps track of the standards of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So according to them, it's a convention or it's a good practice to always put an alt in your image tag. Okay. And you have to put something related to your image in this alt. Alt stands for alternate. So if for some reason your image doesn't load for internet issues or something like that, this alt text will be loading there. Secondly, if search engines come onto your website, they can read this alt and understands what kind of image it is, because they can't see the image. They will read this alt to understand what kind of image it is. So I can put Thor image. So if someone searches on Google Thor images, Google can also come to my website and understands, oh, it's a Thor image, let me pick it. Okay, so alt stands for alternate. It has two uses. First, so that the search engines can understand what kind of image it is, so that your website can rank better in SEO. Second, for some reason, if the image doesn't load, that alternate text will be loaded. Exactly. So now here we go. It's fine. Right now, we can't see it. But for some reason, let's say I make a mistake in the link. I make a mistake in the link like this. I make some mistake in the link. And now for some reason, that image is not loading. And see, now you're getting the alt text, Thor image. See that, everyone? Guys? So that's why you have this alt here. Okay. Now let me make the link correct again. So guys, these were all the basic tags. Is that cleared, guys? Sirs, alt someone, I'm named the exactly. Yes. Yeah, it was not only 1 hour, it is 1.5 hour lecture, and we are almost done for today. Okay. So guys, I really hope, first of all, tell me guys, did you guys understood everything that we have learned today? I know we started a little late, and again, I'm really sorry for that. There was some issue, and from tomorrow we'll be, all backed up for that. Okay. And yes, tell me now, have you understood everything that we have learned so far for today? All the basic tags, what exactly is HTML, what exactly is a web page, what is a website, what is CSS? That is really great. That's really great, guys. Yes. 6:30. For everyone asking, it starts at 6:30 every day. Now, guys, see, if you want to register for the course, you have to. If you need the certificate, you have to register for the course, guys. So see, this Notion board link is in the chat. It's pinned in the chat. Just go on this link and we have everything here. Okay. So if you want to register, you can just click on this link, one link. Okay. And I think for me, yeah, now it's opening. Here you can put your mobile number. Okay. And once you get the OTP, so now I think I'm already registered. So I have to wait. Let me change my account. Okay. I'm already registered, so I need to see new. So guys, you have to just come on this link, okay? And here put your mobile number, you'll get an OTP. And once you do that, you're registered for the course. That's all. You are registered for the course. You can watch all the videos here, okay? All the video links are also here. The assignment questions will be also included here only. And you can also track your progress here. But guys, it's very important to come on this web page and register yourself. Now, I am already registered. You just have to come here and put your mobile number here, and that's all. So guys, please come on this one link. And why we call it a one link? Because everything is available here. Your assignment questions, all the videos that we are doing on YouTube, everything will be available here. Is that clear, guys? Everyone? And all the things that I'm teaching to you. And guys, yeah, if you want to again understand how that whole registration process works, you can go on this link, step-by-step process to complete registration. See? So you can follow the whole thing, step 1, step 2, and you can easily do it. It's very straightforward, guys. Just go on that one link and follow everything that we have mentioned in this step-by-step process. And guys, whatever we are learning, it's all mentioned in this notes. So if you want to read about it, you can come to this notes area and read about everything that we are teaching to you. Okay. Assignments will be also displayed on that one link only. So where you register, all of that will be there. And guys, finally, you also have a third tab of interview questions. So if you want to also prepare for interviews, we'll be also daily discussing it. Just like today, we understood how many things can come into interview, right? Some things like about HTML and all that stuff. So everything is also mentioned here. We have curated the most important interview questions that may be asked in interviews. So you can also read them here, and daily we'll also be discussing all that. Okay. Yes, I think everyone will go to OTP. Even if you're from Nepal, even if you're from anywhere, you will definitely get the OTP. Don't worry. Okay. Sir, please send the Netflix project. Yes, guys, don't worry. Yes, tomorrow what I'll do is, for everyone asking about the Netflix project that we created, in the last JS session, I'll upload it on GitHub today from this laptop. It was in this laptop actually. That's why I was unable to upload it. So I'll upload it today, and tomorrow I'll give you the link. Okay. So, yep, guys, that was it from today. Please don't forget to register yourself so that you can get the certificate easily. And I really hope that you guys will be joining tomorrow as well, exactly at 6:30, guys. Okay. I really hope. And if you also want to connect with me, you can go on LinkedIn and just search my name with Let's Upgrade. Saurabh Gupta, Let's Upgrade. And you can also connect to me there. Okay. For any questions regarding this course and anything, you can also connect to me there as well. So, yep, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you really so much for understanding the initial delay. And I'll to see na jao, sir. Okay. Definitely, I'll be coming back tomorrow, right? Exactly at 6:30. So I hope I see you there, everyone. So that's all good, guys. Thank you so much. And for everyone who is unable to receive OTP, guys, don't worry. If it was not happening right now, it might be because of the traffic. Okay, so tomorrow you can try it again, or maybe after an hour you can try the same one link again. Okay, but don't worry, I'm sure you'll be registered, not today but by tomorrow, because right now I think there's a little traffic there, and we're also working on the servers. I think there's some issue there. So thank you so much everyone, thank you so much guys for today, and we'll start exactly at 6:30 tomorrow. I hope to see you there. Please increase the class time from tomorrow. Okay, let's see. If we have something like that, definitely will increase. Don't worry, buddy. Don't worry. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. And I think there's some question. If I'm opening the website, image is not changing. I think you have to save your code. Psycho beats, you have to save your code. So let's press Control S. Sometimes that's the issue. Okay. So that's all, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. It was wonderful having you here. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night, guys.